Hey everyone! So we've already featured a bunch of mech armor sets on our channel, but today we're adding this super cool Iron Man to the mix. It's an unofficial set. Let's unbox it and spread out all the pieces. Alright, let's get to building. As always, we'll start with the minifigure. I want to compare it to the other Iron Man minifigures I've got from different sets. Let's assemble our little guy, arms, hands. He's got a spare hand. He's not very red, more of a golden Iron Man. The helmet is cool, golden, but it doesn't open or close. It's fixed. Still, it's a pretty good figure. This figure is absolutely top-notch. It's my favorite. It's got two expressions too, one on each side. And we also had a minifigure inside this huge Hulkbuster. I have a video on the channel where I build and review it. Go check it out. So here we have 3 Iron Man minifigures. From the new set, from the very first set, where it was just a minifigure with cool ammo on its back, and from Big Hulkbuster on the right. If we were to line them up, it would look like this. The Hulkbuster itself is amazing, but I'm not too fond of the minifigure. It feels like they didn't put much effort into it. Alright, let's get back to our set. There's this transparent piece here that our Iron Man can shoot. It shoots pretty cool, but it's fast. Don't know if you can see it on camera. Let me shoot again. There, you saw that, right? We've got 2 of these charges. Now let's move on to the build. We'll start with the body. Let's put the platform where our minifigure will stand. We're making joints, hinges, where the legs will attach. Interesting. Look at this. The joints are asymmetrical. That's a pretty unusual design. You can see how asymmetrical they are here. We've seen something like this before in the Wolverine set, but it didn't affect the figure's quality at all. Let's take off the chest plate, it's getting in the way a bit. Now let's build the upper body. This is where the shoulders will attach. Let's put the shoulder joints here and assemble the rest of the body. Now let's make the structure where the chest plate will attach. Here it is. And now let's make the belt. Iron Man's belt is pretty plain, without any interesting design elements, unlike Thor's, for example. This is just a red piece, a red belt. Now, let's attach the chest plate. The minifigure will go behind it. Let's put it in place right away. That's how our little Iron Man is attached there. And now a portable nuclear reactor that powers the entire mech armor. It's interesting. It actually looks pretty good. It's a simple design, but it almost looks better than the complicated multi-part nuclear reactor on the Hulkbuster. I'm even thinking of replacing the reactor on the Hulkbuster with this simple one. Let me know in the comments what you think. Next up, let's build the legs. The thighs are simple and identical, so we'll quickly assemble and attach them. Now let's assemble the shins. They're slightly different, left from right. The designs are pretty simple, without any fancy elements. I forgot to attach the small details on the kneecap, but I'll put them on later. Let's assemble the second shin and put it in place. Alright, now let's assemble the feet. The foot design is pretty standard for mech armors like this. They're practically the same in all the sets. Let's assemble and put them in place. I must say, the leg assembly is very good. By the way, I noticed that the body of these figures doesn't rotate at the hips, so the torso doesn't move around like it does in some other sets from similar mech armor collections. And you know what? I actually like it. Other figures with a rotating torso are much harder to play with than this one with a fixed torso. Almost forgot the kneecaps. And the legs are finished. Now let's move on to the arms. And we'll start with the powerful shoulders and deltoids. It really looks like a deltoid thanks to this bulging part. I like the design, it looks like a buff figure. Let's do one shoulder, then move on to the second. It's assembled in the same way. Now let's move on to the forearms. They're really boring to assemble, just like the thighs. The design is identical, so let's quickly assemble them and attach to our arms. Now for the most interesting and unique part, the hands. Iron Man has a built-in cannon in his right hand. It's pretty powerful, and it shoots these little bullets. The Hulkbuster I assembled recently also has 2 cannons like these. Here we only have 1. If you shoot these pieces around the house, you have to be careful because they can fly across the room and you'll spend a long time looking for them. Let's finish assembling the hand. Turns out I made a small mistake. The hand with the cannon should have a picture on it. So let's reassemble the hand, the fist, and attach the fingers. The thumb is really hard to attach. It's fine, but it took some effort. Unexpectedly. With official Lego, these parts are easier to attach. Let's put the right hand in place and move on to the left fist. The design of the left hand is slightly different from the right. It's assembled in a similar way, but it will have a shield attached to it. The rest of the design is pretty basic. The fists of other figures were much more expressive. Thor's, for example. Let's attach the shield and load the cannon. We have 3 spare bullets left. Let's put them away. And 1 more spare part. Let's look at the final result and compare it to the other mech armors. The figure is very stable, and I actually like it for playing even more than all the others we've built in previous videos. Here's Thor. His body rotates. That can be inconvenient if you want to play with it rather than just put it on a shelf. This is my collection so far. It's going to keep growing. The Hulkbuster really stands out. Of course, it's huge, a giant. And let's put the minifigures of our Iron Man that we've already assembled for comparison. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. And now on the left, you'll find a playlist with all the mech armor sets I've already built. And on the right, YouTube has picked a video for you based on your preferences. See you soon. Bye.